Welcome to another faith-free family moment. It's good to be together with you. I really hope that these moments are a blessing to you. I hope that as a church family, we're able to stay connected, even in a small way, as we consider what it means to be a part of Christ's church. We've been interacting with a question, and I hope you've been interacting with it even as you've read through Ephesians 1 this week and hopefully are. Who are we as Christians? Who are these Christians anyways? Some people might ask. I want to share 1 Peter 2 with you, verses 9 through 10. Peter writes, "But you are a chosen race. You're a royal priesthood. You're a holy nation. You're a people for his own possession, that you may proclaim the excellencies of him who called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. You see, once you were not a people, but now you're God's people. Once you had not received mercy, but now you have received mercy." And verse 11 says, "Beloved, I urge you as sojourners and exiles to abstain from the passions of the flesh, which wage war against your soul." Those are a loaded 3 verses. And I've been sharing with the Faith-Free family again about who we are. And we talked a couple moments ago. We talked about that we are a people, a church, a body of the gospel. But we're also a people who live under his lordship. This passage in 1 Peter says not only that, but we are a people who are called out and called together. We're called out of the world. Matter of fact, Peter says, so much are we called out that you're actually a foreigner, you're an alien as you walk this earth. In other words, you're not part of this country. You're part of a different world. And so we're called out of the world, called together as a body. And we're both those things, as Peter tells us right here. We're called out, called together into a story that stands in marked contrast to contemporary society. You see, we're called out of a world and into a community. That community located in Stanley and Thorpe, Boyd, and the areas surrounding it. And we're called out as faith-free community, as a church. And other churches in our community are called out to reach others with the gospel as well. And believers should stand in marked contrast to the secular culture in which we live. Again, we're people of the cross, we're people of the gospel who live under his lordship. The church, Christ's body, the spiritual manifestation and physical manifestation of his lordship on earth. We are to declare his praises. That's who we are. You see, our identity as a redeemed community and our call to the community around us, it's not something we possess. It's something we're to live into. We live, in a sense, we grow in it, and we not only proclaim our calling, we prove it, and we grow into it. You see, in this, the church is not optional. The believer, you've been placed where you are, and you're called to do your part in what God is doing in and through the redeemed community. It's not a club. We're not an organization. We're not a group of just simply nice people that's optional among all other priorities. That's the world. It's not the church. Are you actively part of the local church? Are you actively doing your part as one who's called out from the world and called together? You see, our stories are part of a bigger story. And when we put our stories together, we get a clearer picture of the big story. A picture to all those in the heavenlies even, faith-free. God's calling you, calling me to be a community born out of what his Son has accomplished. We are a redeemed community infused with the life of God. That's why we offer the hope of the world. Church, we're people of the gospel. We're people who live under his lordship. And we're people called out and called together. God bless you and have a great day. Hey, Faith-Free family. Got a favor to ask for you. As we continue to consider ministry and live streaming and all that looks like and means, wonder if you could do us a favor. Could you go to YouTube and subscribe to our church page? Just go to YouTube, and if you type in Faith Free Stanley. It will give you, and you hit enter, it will give you some options. If you could click on the Faith Free page, you'll know it because the little icon has like a path through the woods. And if you could subscribe to that page, that would be great. But you could also do something else that would help. You see, we need 1,000 subscribers to be able to live stream on YouTube. And the feedback we're receiving as leadership is that there's several people who prefer YouTube Live, but we can't do that unless we have 1,000 subscribers. So our idea is, could you send out to your friends a request that they subscribe to our page on YouTube? That would be incredibly helpful currently as we live stream, but also it would position us in the future ahead for some other ministry opportunities and streaming opportunities. So today, go to the website, go to YouTube, and subscribe, and please invite some friends. Thanks, I really appreciate it.